to mind a uniform instead of party attire. As Jacob Latimer's assistant, Elizabeth must have to dress up for work a lot. "Follow me," Elizabeth said, nodding her head in the direction of the stairs. "I'm sorry about all of the security measures. The software industry is ridiculously competitive these days. It's a necessary precaution, I'm afraid." Elizabeth explained as she led Harper through a pair of enormous carved pine doors with wrought iron handles. Harper didn't have time to tell Elizabeth the security check had been surprisingly brief. She was too busy goggling as they entered a high-domed entry hall and then a great room featuring lodgepole pine-beamed 30-foot ceilings, two soaring river rock fireplaces, and a long stretch of floor-to-ceiling windows revealing a jaw-dropping panoramic view of Lake Tahoe and the surrounding mountains. Despite the open, old Tahoe design of the structure, the furniture and finishes were contemporary, utilitarian, and elegant. It was the most stunning room Harper had ever seen, whether in photos or real life. Elizabeth turned as they walked and saw her gawking. "It's pretty, isn't it?" she asked, smiling. "That's a bit of an understatement." Elizabeth laughed and opened a glass-paned door for her. "I find myself thinking that a lot. Mr. Latimer has a way of making regular speech seem inadequate." "I can imagine," Harper muttered, following Elizabeth out the door and onto an enormous terrace. The scene was breathtaking, something straight out of a movie set. The section of the terrace closest to the house was under a protective roof, so that one could use it even in inclement weather. Given the two outdoor stone fireplaces on the upper deck, a person could sit out there comfortably, enjoying the scenery, even as the surrounding mountains became white with snow. Even in late August, the nights could turn pleasantly chilly in the alpine setting. Cozy flames flickered in the fireplaces, beckoning a person to curl up on one of the many couches or chairs near them. Elizabeth led her down some stairs, and they arrived at the second terrace level. This and the next deck down were places to bask in the sun. Again, there were multiple seating areas, landscaped flora, trickling fountains, and stone paths. Harper's eyes caught on one of the several circular-shaped, deep wicker divans with a sunscreen attached to the top of it. The opaque sunscreen on one had been lowered to block what was happening in the deep couch. 6 bare feet stuck out of the bottom of the obscured divan. Harper heard muffled male and female laughter. Steam rose from a large sauna to the far right. Down on the next level of the terrace was a pool. From there, another set of wide stairs led down to the beach. Towering Jeffrey and ponderosa pines framed the view. 2 long docks stretched out onto the sapphire blue lake, 3 jet skis tied up to one of them. In the distance, a yacht was moored alongside one of the beautiful, handcrafted wooden motorboats that were favored in Tahoe. Elizabeth led her toward a square-shaped stone pedestal that contained a fire pit. 20 or so people had gathered around the open fire. They stood or lounged in cushioned sofas and chairs. Most of them wore sunglasses to protect their eyes from the brilliant setting sun. A waiter was moving among them, serving hors d'oeuvres and drinks. In the distance, a jazz quartet was playing a lazy, sensual tune. Several of the well-heeled partygoers glanced over at Harper and Elizabeth as they approached. A quick surveillance told her that more than half of the people were women. Not just any women, either. Stunning ones. Exotic ones. Were these some of Latimer's imports, as Ruth had mentioned? Some of the women's stares on her were rapier-sharp and speculative, like they were eyeing the competition. Annoyance flickered through her at the idea of being considered a candidate for Latimer's harem. Maybe now that